Okay, so hello everyone, welcome back to the new video. So our today's topic is Lamy's theorem, as you can see over there. So basically today I'm going to demonstrate each and everything about Lamy's theorem. First of all, we are going to see the definition. We are going to understand the definition of the Lamy's theorem, and then we are going to solve a very beautiful numerical based upon Lamy's theorem, so that it will help us to boost our confidence about Lamy's theorem. Okay, so first of all I'm going to read the definition. Please be very much attentive, please listen to the class very much carefully. So here we go. Lamy's theorem states that if a body is in equilibrium under action of three forces. Now guys, please see very carefully. Here I have marked these two terms, like one is equilibrium and another one is under the action of three forces. What is the special in these two terms? Please be very much attentive while writing equilibrium under the action of three forces. Guys, just think of a simply supported beam. Like you are given a simply supported beam, and if you are given a simply supported beam, then you know there are here we have supports. So supports, if we have support, then of course we are going to have reaction forces as well, R1 or R2. And let's say there is a weight acting in the midsection of the beam. Okay, there's a weight acting over the midsection of the beam. So guys, as you can see clearly, if I want to apply the equilibrium condition in this case, I can easily apply the equilibrium condition in this case as well by using summation of f of y is equals to 0. I will get R1 plus R2 is equals to W2, right? So basically guys, there is also, I have three force system, and they are also in equilibrium, but here we can't use Lamy's theorem exactly, right? What is special in this term? So please be very much careful about it. Instead of three force, I should write three non-parallel forces acting in the same plane passes through a point that is concurrent force system, right? Please listen once more what I am exactly saying, that you should not write it like write it like under the action of three force. Instead of that, what we can write is under the action of three non-parallel forces acting in the same plane passes through a point that is concurrent force system. Then each force is proportional to sine of the angle between other two forces. So guys, as you can see over there, I have also used one more thing that I want to share is that the Lamy's theorem is only and only applicable, or it will only be useful only in case of three concurrent force system. अगर आपके पास तीन से ज़्यादा forces है, अगर आपके पास तीन से कम forces हैं, then Lamy's theorem would not going to work anymore. Okay, and one more thing that you need to take care is the direction of all the three forces. They should be oriented in the same direction. Like if three forces are going outward, all the three should be in outward direction, and if one force is coming inside, then make sure other two forces are also coming in inward direction, right? So as I have written over there, then each force is proportional to the sine of the angle between other two forces. So this is a force P, this is a force Q, this is a force R. So as you can see that alpha is the angle between R and Q force. Similarly, beta is the angle between P and Q force. Similarly, gamma is the angle between R and P force. So what I have written over there, that P, if I am writing about force P, then I have to take the angle which is acting in between other two forces. I cannot take gamma, I cannot take beta. Instead of these two, I'll have to take alpha. Why alpha? Because I have to select the sine of the angle between other two forces. Okay, so if I take P force, then I'll have to write sine alpha. Okay, and similarly if I take Q, I'll have to write sine gamma. Okay, yeah, I'll have to write sine gamma. and if I take r, then what is the angle between other two forces? Beta. Definitely beta is the angle between p and q. If I take gamma, then what happen? It is the angle between r and p, but r तो हम already ले रहे हैं इधर, so we can't take alpha, neither gamma. Okay, hope you are getting everything. Okay, so this was all about Lamy's theorem, guys. It is such a simple principle, such a easy theorem. बहुत आसान है, बहुत सिंपल है, एक बार समझने से हो जाता है, ठीक है ना. आप डेफिनेशन को प्लीज़ थोड़ा सा करेक्ट कर लेना. Okay guys, so now I'm going to solve one numerical in front of you, so please be very much careful. Okay, so as you can see over there, this is our numerical. So what I'll have to calculate is find the tension in the rope. So guys, as you can see, this is rope number 1, this is rope number 2, and this is another rope through which we have hanged a mass of 5 kg. Okay, so what is the first step of proceeding in this numerical? That you have to write, you have to draw a free body diagram. What you need to do is you have to draw a free body diagram. Okay guys, so first of all, you know that this is 5 kg block, so it will produce definitely 5g of weight. इसका 5g का जो weight है वो downward act कर रहा होगा, and of course rope will have some tension force. Let's say this is T1, and this rope is having another tension, let's say T2, and this is having another tension force, that is T3. Okay, so I have marked all the ropes with tension T1, T2, T3. Okay, so let's make a separate FBD, separate free body diagram of the whole system. Okay, so I'll try to make. Okay guys, so as you can see clearly over there that I am ready with my FBD. That is, T1 is the tension force acting in downward direction, T2 is acting at 30-degree angle from y-axis, and similarly T3 is acting at 10 degree of angle, right? These are basically the tension forces acting in ropes. Okay guys, one observation that you can see over there, that is T1 is equals to 5g. The whole system is under equilibrium. The whole system is in equilibrium. Okay, so can we write T1 is equals to 5g? Of course we can write it down. Okay, and one more thing guys, can we use Lamy's theorem over there? What is the condition of the Lamy's theorem? I have clearly told you that body should be in equilibrium under the action of 3 non-parallel forces. 3 non-parallel forces passing through a common point or a concurrent, it should be a concurrent force system. So can you see there that this is the common point from where these 3 tension forces are passing through? Like T1 passes through this point, T2 is also passes through this point, T3 is also passes through this point. Okay, this point. So now what I am going to do is I am just going to simply write down the T1 is equals to T2 is equals to T3. Now T1, T2, T3. After writing T1, T2, T3, now tell me, first of all guys, you should mark all the angles in between the forces. Okay, in between the forces you should be aware of all the angles. Okay, so as you can see, between T1 and T2, we have how much? If this is 30, this will for sure 60 degree, and ये तो अपना 90 है, तो total मिला के 150 हो गया. And also if this is 10 degree, then it should be 80 degree. Okay, so angle between T3 and T1 is 80 degree. And guys, one more thing, angle between T2 or T3, we also have to calculate this. Angle between T2 and T3, we also have to calculate this. That is, if this much is 10, this much is 30, and this much is 90. So I hope you are clearly getting all the angles. Okay, so guys, if I want to write T1, what I have to see? I have to see the angle between T2 and T3. So let's see the angle between T2 and T3. The total angle is 30 plus 90 plus 10. How much it is? I think it should be 90, 30, 120, 130. Yeah, it should be sine of 130 degrees. Great. Got it? Yeah, great. So if I want to write T2, then what I have to consider, which angle I have to consider? I have to consider the angle between T1 and T3. So you can see, okay, so if I want to write angle between T1 and T3, then what is the angle between T1 and T3? That is 80 degree only. So what I have to write there is sine of 80 degrees. Now what we have to do for T3? We have to see the angle between T1 and T2. Okay, so please be very much careful. The angle between T1 and T2 is 60 plus 90. 60 plus 90 is how much? It should be 150 degrees. So sine of 150 degrees. So guys, I have already tell you that T1 की value तो already we are getting, that is 5 or 5g. T1 is equal to 5g. G value you already know, that is 9.81. So 5 into 9.81 is how much? You can see there, 5 into 9.81 is how much? It is 49.05. Please write it down, 49.05 newtons. So if we have T1 value, can you easily calculate T2? Can you easily calculate T3? Of course we can. So for calculating T2, what I'll be going to do is sine 80 by sine 130 into T1. So please guys, I hope that you know how to use the calculator. So please type all your values in your calci. That is sine 80 upon sine 130 into 49.05, and here we go, that is 63.057 newtons. Okay guys. Now in the same manner I can easily calculate the value of T3. It will become sine 150 divided by sine 130 times of T1. So please calculate the value of sine 150 and sine 130. Sine 150 divided by sine 130 into, please multiply with 49.05. It is coming out to be 32 point, guys, please be very much careful, that is 32.015. So 32.015 newtons. So that's it. That was the whole story, how to use the Lamy's theorem, what is the benefit of using Lamy's theorem. So that's it. That was all about Lamy's theorem. Hope you enjoyed the video. So till then, take care, bye bye, and yeah, keep studying, keep rocking.